Gemini, welcome to your reading. So I'm going to start here with your current energy and find out what is happening in your world. Ooh, okay. I was trying to get to this one card because I could feel that wanted to come out. Tell me about your past and your strength. And I'm sorry if you hear my stomach. It is rumbling. I am hungry. What else is influencing this? Hopes or fears? Potential outcome? There are two other cards. Okay. There's a lot happening here. So looking at the bottom of the deck, Two of Cups, this doesn't surprise me, and I'll tell you why when we get to your near future. This does feel like there's something happening within a connection right now. Your relationship with a specific person is going through some sort of transition, but not in a negative way. It's almost like you both had this idea of what this relationship was going to be, and you had these expectations of how this relationship was going to play out. But now you're in this energy of, I don't want to say misunderstanding or miscommunication, because you made a decision or you came up with these ideas based on what you knew at the time. But what you knew about this person wasn't the full picture, and what they knew about you, not the full picture. And so there's like this deeper understanding of each other right now. There's something about it, because it almost feels like it's like a deepening of the connection. It doesn't feel like it's a separating or anything like that. It's about seeing this person through a different lens and understanding them more fully. In your current energy, we do have the Three of Wands and we have the Emperor. So this is a really interesting combination because the Emperor wants to act. It's the god of war. It's the ruler of Aries. And with the Three of Wands sitting here, Three of Wands is all about being patient, kind of trusting the process, going on the journey. And so this indicates to me that there is some sort of decision that you've made to really go down a journey with this person, really maybe take that step back from the situation to really understand the full picture here. Yeah, there's something about it. Whatever actions you're taking right now, whether it's patience or it's just kind of sitting back and observing right now, there's something very strategic behind that. You are trying to understand everything about this person, about the relationship, about what kind of future you have together. There's something significant about that. What the universe wants you to focus on here, Seven of Wands, this is about protecting yourself, standing up for yourself. There is something about this. If it relates to the past, like if your perception of this person maybe in the past created a lot of conflict, and vice versa, it could go either way, or it could be a combination of the two where you just were misunderstanding each other and it opened up and created some sort of arguments between the two of you. Don't fault yourself for that, because I'm definitely getting that energy where, again, you made the decisions, you made it based on the information you knew at the time, and now you see things differently. This could have to do with all the wounds that have been coming to the surface from a collective standpoint. There might be something where you're really understanding the triggers of this other person, why he or she responds the way that they do. There's something about this, but it's also this kind of forgive yourself for whatever happened in the past. I am seeing the sun, so this is something coming to light here. Definitely something has been coming to light. Might have been during the eclipse that we had in the sign of Aries, that new moon, or not new moon. Yeah, it was the new moon eclipse. Something about that. We have the Queen of Wands showing up as your strength here. And so Emperor, Queen of Wands, very similar energy, male or female, it's just the energy of the card. More fire energy coming through. And so this tells me that you're actually going to think before you act. There's something about this, and it has to do with where you are right now and really just taking that step back and seeing this person and understanding more of the depth of this person and maybe why he or she responds the way that they do. In the near future, I am seeing Four of Wands, Ace of Swords. So a lot of clarity around the relationship itself. What kind of future do you have together? Or Is it something along the lines of maybe marriage isn't something that the two of you wanted? Maybe that was one of the misconceptions that occurred in the past. There's something about this person and this relationship that the more you're in it, the more you learn, it becomes more and more clear on what you both want, what kind of relationship you both want, the depths of that relationship. There's definitely something about that here. When I look at how the universe is shaping this situation, the moon, the eclipse definitely had something to say about this entire process. And it became more clear with the full moon that we just had on the 23rd in the sign of Scorpio. Your external influences here, we have judgment and we have the moon. But it's that full moon that's really showing me just where you were in this process. So thinking back to, we had the lunar eclipse in Libra at the end of March, then we had the solar eclipse in the sign of Aries at the beginning of April, and then we just had the full moon in the sign of Scorpio. And so throughout this entire process, each one of those was actually pretty significant as far as what they brought to the surface, what they really highlighted here. And so the process that you've been undergoing with this person and really understanding the depths, it's been happening for a period of time. This isn't something that just happened. This is something with each one of these major cycles and major astrological events, you are understanding a new layer. There's a new layer every single time that you're really kind of understanding. In your hopes or fears is the Hermit. So the Hermit is this kind of introspection, it's healing, it's really understanding how do you get what you want in this situation, because what you actually see in most of the decks, and it's not exactly clear here, usually the Hermit in the lantern is the star. And so that is about, okay, well, let me kind of think about how do I get what I want here? What do I need to do? What do I need to change about myself? What do I need to heal about myself in order to have my wishes being fulfilled? And then this was interesting because 3 cards wanted to come out for your potential outcome. So we'll see what happens when I clarify and get more to the story here. But we have the 5 of Wands, we have the King of Pentacles, and we have the 4 of Pentacles. And so it does look like somebody here, whether it's you or whether it's the other person, really, because the 5 of Wands is all about conflict. There's some sort of obstacle or challenge, and it relates to the stability of this other person, because it does feel like now more this other person than you. You're definitely coming across as fire energy. They're coming across as earth energy. And the earth wants stability. They want long-term stability here. But what they also don't want is to sacrifice who they are. That 4 of Pentacles indicates to me that they're trying to build this really steady foundation for themselves. They don't want that questioned. They don't want this to be interrupted in any way. They don't want to sacrifice any kind of those foundational pieces of themselves. Let's see what we get when we clarify. With the 3 of Wands and the Emperor, I'm getting the Magician. Yeah. So what is it that you want? The Magician also indicates that you weren't seeing things clearly. It's all about illusion. That's what the Magician does. It's illusion. 7 of Wands, Hierophant. So if you want this long-term, possibly marriage type of relationship, there is something here. Be open, be honest about it. You're a Gemini. I don't see you doing it any differently, but being open and direct around what it is that you want here and really standing up for yourself. Maybe that's something that's coming to the surface between the two of you, is that this other person might have some sort of fear around marriage, but this is something that you really actively want. And then how do you work through whatever it is that you're learning about this person? Maybe you didn't understand the depth of that fear or why they felt a certain way at all. And now it's starting to become very clear as to why this other person feels that way. Because there's definitely something connected to a commitment and a fear around commitment. I'm definitely picking up that energy here. So with the Sun, 2 of Cups. Okay, I like the 2 of Cups out here twice. So 2 of Cups being your underneath energy, and then 2 of Cups, you're seeing a lot around this connection and really starting to see it clearly. Queen of Wands, 5 of Wands. Interesting. This feels a lot like being confrontational. There's something, and maybe not confrontational is the right way to say it, but it is being very open and very direct and very honest about what it is that you want, the actions that you want to take here, the direction that you want this relationship to go. With the Four of Swords and the Ace of Swords, I am getting the Death card. So there is some sort of change taking place here in the connection. There's some sort of change. Oh, okay. Because it could actually be an ending as well. If there's something to this, if you're not on the same page and you don't want the same thing, is this something that you're really going to stick it out? Are you really going to continue to try with this person? With the Moon, I'm getting the Seven of Cups and the Eight of Cups. So walking away from not having that understanding. The Seven of Cups is a very confusing type of energy. It's about having everything in front of you and not really sure what to do next, not really sure what path to go down, what option to choose. And so with this Moon energy, it became very clear what was happening here. This would have been more recent. This would have been with the Scorpio full moon. And that Death card is this card of Scorpio. So let's get Judgment. Wheel of Fortune. Whatever decision you're making here, you're making the right decision for you. This is actually a positive turn of events, whether the relationship has a future or not, whether you can work through this or not. Whatever it is that you're doing, you're being very authentic, very, very true to yourself right now. With the Hermit, I am getting the Ten of Pentacles. So doing a lot of thinking about what does a long-term stable relationship look like for you? Does it require specific marriage? Because we've got a lot of marriage cards out here. So at least one of you is interested in marriage. Maybe it's the type of marriage. Maybe it's the level of commitment within the marriage. There's something about this where you're not exactly on the same page. And what one of you is really understanding about the other is why? Why aren't you on the same page? What's holding you back? So a lot of internal reflection on that. Let's get the Five of Wands, King of Pentacles, and the Four of Pentacles here in that outcome. I'm actually going to get 3 cards because this was one more. Okay, I get it. Oh, wow. Okay. This person, and I'm saying this because these cards fell over, so this person is going through some sort of painful ending. This, while I'm not getting any painful cards, this feels like this person is going through some sort of growth, almost like a growth spurt, but a painful one. Very uncomfortable, not what he or she was expecting at all. So whatever the person is trying to heal on their own, it's outside of you, it's outside of the relationship, but it has an impact on your relationship and the future. And so kind of maybe be more patient. What I am getting here is we've got the Ace of Wands, Two of Pentacles, and we have the Ace of Pentacles. So this person is working on creating some sort of balance in his or her life. This person is trying to come to terms with whatever has been coming to the surface. It does feel like the other person. This doesn't feel like you at all. So it feels like this person wants to move forward with you, wants to have that commitment that you both have talked about, but it does require this person to kind of figure things out in their daily life, really kind of get everything in order, prioritize what matters, not focus on things that don't. And so that right there, because the person is going through this growth spurt, it does feel like that's where this person is is going through something. So it's not that this person is necessarily arguing with you here. That Five of Pentacles, or Five of Wands, King of Pentacles, Four of Pentacles, this could be some sort of internal conflict. This person is trying to grow right now. So be patient. Focus on what you want here. So Gemini, this is your reading. I hope it resonates. If it did, please like, share, and subscribe, and I will see you next time. Take care.